Namespaces is a very welcomed feature in PHP 5.3, and I'm going to show you why. Let's say we have an application, and in this application index, we want to refer to a print manager. How would we do that? Well, we would say, for instance, PM1 equals new print manager. Now, where is this print manager? It is in a directory, let's say. So let's create a directory, and this is the marketing code, which runs the marketing portion of the application. Let's make that lowercase. PHP. And in marketing, we have a PHP file, and that is called print manager. And in print manager, we have class print manager. And in the print manager, let's say it has a toString here, so we can do the example. It's going to print itself out here, return. This is the marketing print manager. So that is the print manager class. We'll save it and go back to index here. And before we can use it, we need to include it. So we'll say include marketing print manager, PHP, and then we'll be able to use it. First, of course, we need to output it, so we'll say echo PM1, and that will print out what's in toString function there. So let's try it. Open up Firefox, and we are at localhost webs namespaces. And it prints our print manager, as we expected. Now, that's all fine and good. Let's say that our application grows, though, and we add a sales portion of the code. So we have a folder called sales. And in sales, we also have a print manager. So let's say new file. We'll call it print manager. And print manager in sales looks pretty much the same. It just does something a little different. In our example, we'll just say this is the sales print manager. Okay, and we want to include that one too. So we'll say include sales print manager PHP so we can use it. And then we say here we want to use it. So we want to use it. PM2 equals new print manager. And you should start to be seeing the problem now. So PM2. The problem is that when we try to run it, we'll try to run it here. It says that cannot redeclare class print manager. And the problem is that we're including both of these files, and both of them have the same class, or a class with the same name, print manager and print manager. And so PHP, of course, gets confused. So programmers, being very pragmatic people, figure out a solution for it, and they call this class marketing print manager, and they call this class sales print manager. And then they say new marketing print manager in their main file and new sales print manager. And so when you run it, it works. We have, of course, to put in these here to make it look right. 1 second. So when you run it, it works just as it should. So even in this example, it's all right. I mean, it still works, but what the problem is in large applications, you end up having names of classes like this. Something like classes, core, reporting, etc. And it becomes unwieldy. This is the problem that Namespaces solves. So let me show you how to implement namespaces in this case. So let's remove this. what we need to do is in Print Manager, on the first line, and it has to be on the first line, say namespace marketing. And don't worry that Eclipse gives you an error here. It's not an error. It's just that Eclipse isn't caught up yet with PHP 5.3. So we need to have a namespace and then just have the class name Print Manager. We'll save that. Go back here. Let's comment out all of this. With the sales first. We'll put that in later. Also with this. Okay. Now at the top of our main file, we also say namespace marketing, which enables us to just say PM1 equals new Print Manager. Let's go ahead and run that. And it works. And what's happening here is this whole program is operating within the namespace marketing. And this class also exists within the namespace marketing. So when you say new Print Manager, it knows where to get it from. And you can see that we're already saving a lot of long names because in Marketing Print Manager, we can have 100 classes and they will not all be named marketing underscore and the class name. Now, how are we going to use this other print manager, which is in sales? I'll show you how to do that now. So we're going to have to do the same thing that we did here in marketing to sales. So we'll say your namespace sales. And because we do that, we get to take off the sales prefix from the class name. And now we can say, since this file is in the namespace marketing, we can say while we're in this namespace, use the namespace sales as, and give it a very short name, S. So now when we want to use this, of course we have to still include it, the file. When we want to use this, all we have to do is say, and watch this syntax, S\print manager. Eclipse also has a problem with that, but don't worry about it. Just wait until the next version of Eclipse PDT. So now when we run this, it works. And what's going on here is this file is in the namespace marketing. So if you refer to a class with no namespace, then it will go to and get the classes out of the namespace marketing. Note also that you can have a number of files that you include with the namespace marketing. It's a very simple concept. Any code that is in one namespace, no matter in what file it is, what file it was included from, it simply knows that all of those classes are local, so to say, and uses them without any namespace prefix. If you want to use the same name of class from another namespace, you simply have to say use that namespace, and then you can optionally give it a short alias so that your code stays very readable. So that is how you use namespaces in PHP 5.3, a very big feature, especially if you are making large applications with nested directories which have caused you to make very long class names. This will be a feature that you will thoroughly enjoy.